Hello everybody, and welcome back to some SkyT. How you guys doing today? I hope you are doing well. I am. So, last episode we set up and got our polonium and plutonium running. It's been running for a couple of hours now, and it's doing rather well. Still good with uranium. We still got plenty of sulfur. Everything's working the way we need it to work. We're ready to move on about our business. So, what is next? Well, we're almost done with mechanism. We're going to do just a couple minutes worth. I want to make the mech suit. We're not having any problems with dying or anything like that in this pack, but the mech suit, once we get to facing the Ender Dragon and stuff, we're not Ender Dragon, but the Chaos Dragon, we're going to be pretty much unstoppable. So that is next on our list. We're going to make it. Matter of fact, I've already got most everything together that we need to do this. Got everything pre-crafted, ready to go. That guy, pants, boots, beautiful. All of that is now done. We've got that. And then we've also got a bunch of modules that we can add to this. That's not what I wanted. Mechanism. So, we look at this. We've got a few that we're going to do. Energy unit that gives us more... allows us to use more FE in our suit. Laser dissipation. I don't know if this is going to help us at all or not, but we're going to put that on it. Radiation shielding we'll probably put on. I don't know if we really need it or not. But then we have, go down here, the inhalation purification unit. We're going to do that. Vision enhancement, which gives us night vision. The food I'm not worried about. Radiation dose I'm not worried about. All that. Jetpack, we've already got flight. So I'm not worried about that just yet. We are going to do charge distribution. And then the flight part of it we're not going to do. So yeah, there's a few things we need to do. But before we do that, we do need to make the modification station. This guy here, that's going to give us and allow us to make modifications to our suit. So this does need a bit of power. That is a point, that is a plug, that is a point. I don't know why that's not stacking. And I'm going to guess, nope, we can put it right there. So I picked the one spot that's not going to work. Beautiful. Alright, so now that we've got all of our parts, we need to make all of these, which is just going to take a little bit. So I'm going to work on getting this done, and then I will be back. Alright, so we've got our suit all set up. We got all the modules that we're going to put in it for now. All of them maxed out to 8, and it takes a ton of power to fill these things up. You can see they hold 1.6 billion FE. So we burnt through quite a bit of stuff. It's already filled back up. So, but we do have those quests that we need to complete. It's just going to give us some more HDPE stuff. All fine and good and dandy. Beautiful. That's all done, squared away. Now, what are we actually going to get into today? Now, I just went through and set up, we're going to be doing a lot of auto crafting today, and I set us up another stack of pattern providers because we were getting pretty low on pattern storage. Now we've got all kinds of space, and we had just this space right here. But, we got a mechanism quest. This guy right here. Another polonium pellet. I'll always take some polonium. So, but we're going to get started with our extended crafting stuffs. We have already got through a part of this. We've got black iron, and we've got ender ingots, which is nice. So we need to make our way through our different crafting tables. The tier 1 crafting table. Alright, weird cut. So, extended crafting. We need to get into this in order to progress through our next bit of business, which is going to be getting into industrial contraptions. The machine block has to be made inside of the extended crafting tables. The Vade Tech stuff, I'm not sure. I'm pretty sure it has to be... Yeah, they all have to be done inside the crafting tables. So for us to get any further, extended crafting is our next bit of business. So, let's go in here. And let's start looking at our crafting tables. So we're going to need a tier 1. We're going to need a basic crafting table, an advanced crafting table, and we'll go as far as doing the elite crafting table. That's how far we need to get. The ultimate crafting table we really don't need, other than to get into the last tier stuff, and we're not nowhere near ready for all of that just yet. So these 3 are what we're going to need. So, let's take a look at this. Let's get some crafting patterns set up. So, for our basic crafting table, we need the basic components, the catalyst, and ludicrite. We knew about the ludicrite as we were while we were doing the plutonium. We've got plenty of plutonium. So we're going to need black iron slates, which means we're going to need another multi-servo press set up somewhere, I do believe, because I don't... This one we have back here is set to... Yeah, to that. So, that is next on the list. Do we still have anything? We still have a bunch of stuff in there. Alright, so we need to get another set of... Let's go ahead and look at the rest of this. That's not what I wanted. And then these are just those components with iron, and then we'll get into the luminescence after I get the black. All right, let's go ahead and do this. So to make the luminescence, we are going to need to make a pressurized reaction chamber. We'll set all this stuff up together. We're going to need energized glowstone, and we're going to need chlorine. Chlorine we get from brine and electrolytic separator, which... one of those things that I knew we were going to do, and I do believe I set this up. Yes. We already have a bunch of chlorine ready to go. So we're good to go there. We can do that. And then to get the energized glowstone, all we need is to magma crucible some glowstone. Easy enough. Let's get to work. Alright, so we should have this set up ready to go-ish. We've got our multi-servo press set up for input-output at the bottom. We got it all augmented up, and everything should come in and out there. For our luminescence, we've got the energized glowstone being output into here. This will fill this up. It'll fill up this guy, and then it'll quit... it'll quit bringing any in. I had to use a pipe instead of just placing it up next to it. Placing this up next to it, it works, but it's slow. So this should speed up any, if we had wound up doing like 10 of these guys, we'd had to wait for all this to fill back up. With the transfer in between the two machines wasn't very fast. So that's why there's a pipe here. Then we've got the chlorine being put into the back of this, and this actually has a byproduct of hydrogen, and I'm hoping that this will just straight put into here and I don't have to add anything else to it. If anything, if this doesn't work, we can add a pipe to trash the hydrogen. So now comes the part where we see if this guy works. We are missing silver. I have realized we are getting to a spot where I am having to start. I've burnt through most of what we had as far as smelted up. So I either need to get a smelter thing, or not smelter, but a way of these all automatically being processed, or just do like I've been doing. See, like we have no gold. We have 25 iron. I've been adding them to our smelting factory, and this is now the last spot we've got. So yeah, we're going to have to do some work with that eventually. Alright, so let's go back downstairs, and we're going to try this again. This time, hopefully, without any issues. Alright, wait. One thing we do need. We need, I didn't add speed upgrades or energy upgrades to this. Beautiful. Alright, so now we should be ready to try this out. So if I wanted to craft 10 of these, start. That is working. That went in. We've got no hydrogen. And yes, it worked. Why am I've not got all of them back yet? Oh, they're still going. But that quest is now complete, and we can do that. Awesome. So now that we've got that part figured out, we should now be able to craft our first of going to be many crafting tables. So that's all ready to go. It's crafting those guys. And boom, there we go. Our tier 1 crafting table. Beautiful. That quest complete, and then we've got this quest complete. Awesome. We are now in our last little bit. Awesome. So now for our next bit of business is going to be, let's go back in here. Actually, we've got this guy here. This guy, not quite so bad. We just need to set it up, and this actually has to be, oh no, we can craft it in the crafting grid. Awesome. That's going to make this a whole lot easier to do. Let's get all this done. Alright, and just like that, we're waiting on our last 2 of these guys, and beautiful. We have our tier 2 crafting table. Beautiful. We've got that. And then finally, we're going to need our tier 3. So for this guy, we're going to need that, that, and that. And let's make sure I had diamond blocks are already done. That one. We've got all of that done. All right, so we need a recipe for that. Recipe for the catalyst. And a recipe for the table. Beautiful. And let's get this guy going, and then we'll come back and start working on our next bit of business. Should have everything we need. Everything's good to go. Awesome. Alright, so this should be just about ready. Just crafting up our last few of the luminescence, and then we can move on to our next bit of business. Beautiful. That's done. We are ready to go with that. We can place all 3 of these down. Actually, no. The only one we really need right now, I think, is going to wind up being this guy here. Yeah, for the moment, that's all we need. The rest of these guys we can hold off to for the moment. Alright, so, but our next bit of business. We want to get this stuff automated. we're going to need 2 items. One is going to be our redstone ingot. And then 2 is going to be crystalline. So for the redstone ingot, this guy made in a fluid transposer, we need to get liquid deuterium. Deuterium, we just need to run some heavy water through a electrolytic separator, and that gets us deuterium and oxygen. So we're not going to need a whole lot for this. So we're going to set up some deuterium specifically for this. This is going to be completely separate from what we've already got going in, or not what we got going, but what we will have going for the other. So to get the deuterium, we're going to need some pumps, and I don't think I've made a pump, but I don't have a recipe for the pump. So this guy, beautiful. That might actually be enough, but we're going to make a few of these. So let's craft up 3 more. And then we're also going to need this guy right here. This will get us what we need. We need a recipe for tin dust. That'll work. Actually, no, I don't want to do that. We'll take that off. Let's get rid of that one. Let's get rid of that one. That can go away. And there we go. That's what I want. And we can throw this in the pulverizer. That goes there, and that one can just go anywhere in here. We've got 1 filter upgrade. I need 3 more. There's those. We need rid of some of this stuff. I've got too much stuff in my inventory. Entangled stuff can go away. 1 more pump. Alright, so let's go down here. We'll set us up a spot just underneath somewhere, maybe, and get this going. I'll be back. Alright, so we should have everything now set up for what we need to make our redstone ingots. So, let us see. Let's make 10 of these. And if we come out of there, we see nothing. That is set to... Oh, there we go. Now we've got it. So this is going to take a second to do. It's not a very fast process, but we got our one. We've got our quest complete. And we can go on about our next bit of business, which is going to be the crystalline ingots. So these guys, that's taken care of, that's taken care of. We need all the above here. Lapis, easy enough. Diamond, easy enough. We're going to go ahead and start setting up a few of these. So let's get some lapis. So that's down. Wait, we need this one. Down 1, we need 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Because when I do this, I'm going to craft a few of them just because we're going to need a few of them in order to make our crafting table. So we've got that. Then we need gold. And then we're also going to need some diamonds. Let's get that and that. Alright, so our gold is here and there. Our diamonds go here and here. And let's grab us a handful of nether stars for this. Beautiful. All we need now is our bottle of hyper enchanting. This ought to be fun. So, this guy, we need to bottle liquid hyper experience. This is made in a mixer with liquid experience, lapis, and glow ink sacks. And it needs to be superheated. So we're going to have to do a mixer in the basin. Glow ink. That is one of the things I had went through, and we have that guy right there. And matter of fact, I've already got a ton. Well, not a ton. 259 glow ink sacks. So I need to get this guy set up down with our other ones. And so we got all that. To get the liquid experience, we can do a bottle of enchanting that gives us, there's that way, and then there's this way, which is, this is the way we're probably going to do it. Just for the simple fact of, I don't know. So 250 gives us one of those. One of those gives us 10 of those. 10 of those, we need at least 100 to do that. So it all of it maths out. And then we've got this way here with the mixer, which uses experience rotor, which nuggets of experience, which we've got a whole bunch of those. So we may do that. It's more create stuff that I've got to figure out. So that's what I'm going to do. Let's get this all figured out. Alright, so this is going to be a bit convoluted, but I do have what we need. I've messed around with this and messed around with this and messed around with this, and I finally got it. I do need to get the glow ink sacks going. I have not done that yet, but what I did do is get these guys ready to go. So, I'll put that back in there. I don't need that. Let's get rid of all this extra stuff that I've got right now. So, for the hyper experience, I have this set up. Our recipe, I'll show you over here. So, we've done it where we have one rotor, one lapis, one glow ink sack, gives us one bottle of hyper enchanting, which is what the math works out to from this to here. Now, it does take a bucket of essence to get to that. And so what I did is I just have the essence pumping into here. It holds one bucket of essence at a time. And I have this set with a blacklist for essence. So what it's doing is when we go to need to craft one of them, I've got the recipe set up in here. It is putting the items in the barrel. The barrel is then pulling out. This has a white list of rotors. The rotors going in here, and it's mixing. And then this side has the glow ink sack and lapis on this side, and it just goes in there. And once it has enough of what it needs to craft it, it pumps out into this thing automatically. And I need to add the augments to this. And then it just does what it does. So, thermal. Let's give this, I need one of these. And I need one more of those. That shouldn't take that long to do. And Boom, there we go. All right, so that's all nice and sped up. So it's just going in here. Now this thing has to be superheated. I give the blaze burner a straw, and we can use our biofuel that we were making for our rockets as a source of making this superheated instead of having to do the whole lava cake thing and all that. Only thing is I'm going to have to keep an eye on this and get it going again, because we are still not making, we're not making any. Zombie, why is it actually not making anything? It should still be, oh, it's not got any water. So that is our problem. Well, let's do this a little more efficiently. Let's get rid of this guy. We can do that. And boom. That will start making those again, and it's not going to make a whole lot. I don't know how many. We've got 49,000. Yeah, that'll work for a little while. Anyways, our hyper enchanting is now done. We can come over here and boom, we've got crystalline. Awesome. I still need to make a few more of these. I'm getting some lag. Let's craft up 20 more and see how quick this is. That's not too bad. So now we've got everything we need in order to be able to do our auto crafting bits, which is nice. That will be next episode because we've run out of time. That was a lot of work. I have put a lot of work into that today. So we've got all our bits and bobs that we need to get into the auto crafting part of this. We can now set recipes up for all that, and then we can get into, I need quest. Create, we got a quest for, the rolling mill. We had it, and I hadn't never used it. Or I didn't have it, and I crafted it, but I thought we'd used it once before. I'm not sure. But anyways, so we've got what we need now to do all of this stuff. And we'll get all of that set up. I'm thinking we'll probably go, this goes backwards. So why does it go backwards? Maybe that's, let's see, view dependencies. Okay, no, that's just this guy right here. All right, so we just need to create recipes with that, place this guy down, and craft all of this up, and we should be good to go. I'm going to do some looking, but with that, I hope you guys enjoyed the episode. I thank you for watching, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.